Hello, hello. I can hear the ocean. Hello, my name is Noel Floating in the Clouds, and today we are going to be reviewing one of my new favorite books, The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. This book. This one. This book. I give you my money. I give you all my money. All of it. What is the book about? What are you about? Oh. Caseworker Linus Baker oversees the fair treatment of magical children. He does this by visiting different orphanages and making sure that the masters aren't abusing the children. He lives a mundane life. He has a house of his own. He files his reports, follows the rules, has the whole rule book memorized, and just keeps to himself and keeps his nose clean. He doesn't really like to draw too much attention to himself. His boss micromanages him, and his cubicle mate is kind of a pain in the butt. He is so boring and predictable that extremely upper management, which is basically the government that controls these magical children, notices him. So they call him in because he doesn't have anything on his file. He's never gotten in trouble and he files his reports on time. So they assume he's a spy. So they call him in and they're like, "Hey, are you a spy?" And he's like, "Excuse you? No, I'm not a spy." So after they debrief Linus and they find out that he isn't a spy, they send him to this mysterious island that is known to house the deadliest and most unwanted children. And he's off to the island with only his suitcase and his cat Calliope. You have 6 children on this island and they all have their different personalities. You have Saul, who's a super shy shapeshifter. You have Talia, a female garden gnome with a beard, and she has the best garden anybody has ever seen. You have Fee, an earth sprite who can control and connect to nature and make stuff grow from the ground. Wyvern. I've been mispronouncing that. I kept saying wyvern. You have Theodore, a wyvern that is basically like a little baby dragon that has his own hoard, and he likes to collect buttons and stuff that he finds that are treasures and meaningful to him. You have Chansey, a gelatinous creature with snail-like eyes and tentacles like an octopus. He dreams of becoming the world's best bellhop ever. And then you have Hellfire. Last but not least, you have Lucy. Lucy is a devilish boy who can cause mayhem and destruction and can summon darkness and may be the end of all days. Zoe is the island sprite that owns the island that the orphanage is housed on. She's lived on this island for an unknown amount of years. She has given Arthur permission to remain on this island as long as this remains a haven for the 6 children. And then we have Daddy. And then we have Daddy. Father, I have father issues. Daddy Arthur, can you hear me? Daddy Arthur. I mean, Master Arthur. I mean, Arthur Parnassus. Arthur Parnassus can do a lot to my Parnassus. Arthur Parnassus is the master of this specific orphanage. He specifically takes in unwanted children that have the possibility of becoming homeless or ending up in a government home that isn't safe for these specific children and their abilities. Linus doesn't understand why Arthur takes in all these throwaway and deadly children, and that's part of the mystery of the novel as well, that you eventually find out near the end. But he's just confused as to why Arthur would put himself in such a dangerous situation, why he would feel the need to protect these children. And like I said, this is also part of the mystery of the novel. And Arthur is the children's teacher. He teaches them everything they need to know about the world, everything they need to know about their powers. And as the month goes on, Arthur and Linus spend a lot of time together, And there's a little bit of tension, sexual tension. So what is the book really about? What are the theme cores? Why should you read this? Why? Who should read this? The gays. The gays should read this. Why should the gays read? It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. Why should you read this? Why? The House in the Cerulean Sea is a book about living a happy and fulfilling life no matter what the world thinks of you. It's a book about breaking free from the mundane and from preconceived notions. Maybe the monster under your bed just wants to iron your clothes. Maybe the shapeshifter who's been transferred from orphanage to orphanage and mistreated at these orphanages has just been misunderstood. Maybe he isn't a bad guy. And maybe the Antichrist doesn't want to be the ender of all days. Maybe he just wants to be a normal kid with a normal life, and he just wants to learn how to control his abilities. One of the core themes of The House in the Cerulean Sea is that you can decide to do good no matter how you were raised. You could break free from your bubble, and you can choose curiosity instead of ignorance. Throughout the book, Linus's beliefs are challenged, and because of this, he breaks free from his bubble and he finally stands up for what he believes in. And in turn, he ends up with a family and a life that isn't so mundane and black and white. His life before visiting this island was devoid of color, and then as soon as he started to get to know everybody, it's painted full of colors. Whereas when he first started the book, he was in complete gray. Easily, The House in the Cerulean Sea is a 10 out of 10. It has amazing world building. From start to finish, this book had my heart. It is one of my favorite books. It made me laugh. It made me cry a lot. And when I mean I cried a lot, I cried. I ugly cried because of this book. This book made me ugly cry when I was in my hotel room. I buddy read this book with my boyfriend. He usually reads lit RPGs, and this book wouldn't really have been his style, but I read it and I really loved it. So then he read it because I really loved it, and then he ended up really loving it as well, and he thinks it's a 10 out of 10 as well. In closing, thank you for watching this video. I hope you do end up reading The House in the Cerulean Sea and you form your own opinion. I hope you love it as much as I do. If you have any suggestions for any books that I should read or anything that should go on my to be read list that is like House on the Cerulean Sea after you do finish the book, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Or if you have any suggestions for books that I should add to my to be read list, just throw them into the comments. Like, subscribe. My name is Noel, floating in the clouds. It was nice making this video. Stick around. We have some bloopers afterward from all the times that I messed up this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Bye. Thank you for watching this video. This is Zoe and Arthur's description because Noel, you forgot to put it in, so you forgot to record this, so now we gotta record it now. So let's record it now. Okay, we're recording it now. So then you remember to put this with the character description. Let's try this again. And on this island, you have 6 children, all with their own personalities. You have Saul, who is a super shy. God damn. Octopus. Chansey dreams of becoming. You have Chansey. That's it. That's all you got. You got Chansey. You got Chansey.
Wyvern. Wyvern.
Wyvern. I have an eyelash in my eye. Hello, my name is Noel, floating in the clouds, and we are going to be reviewing to. Let's get into it. Easily, The House in the Cerulean Sea is a 10 out of 10. It has amazing world building, amazing characters,